NFT, never forget to pass it. Quickest way to get your motherfucking ass kicked. Smoking big while I'm bouncing in the classic. No cap, I don't even gotta gas it. When the weed come around, real shit, 2 puffs, nigga, pass it. I only want that loud talk. Oh, you got it, roll it up and let me sample it. Keep an eye on my weed, cause if I don't, it'll disappear like magic. Smoke the whole sack, only got a roach back. I'm gonna let you niggas have it. I'm like, hell no, pass my shit. Fuck, I tell y'all, hold backwood, nigga, you dead wrong. When I gave it to you, motherfucker, was that long. Big fat buzz, just trying to show love. Let a nigga hit it, and I ain't even know cuz. Soon as he hit it, it's like he fell in love. Been 10 minutes, hold my cup, hey, bitch, nigga. You got 5 on it, not $5, nah, nigga, 500. Shit, we got a problem, just that billboard. #1 top rank, niggas a kill for. Racks on racks, hit it a little more. Can't pay the tax, give me that shit. In the back, smoking with millionaires.
This is NFT Live. Welcome to the best NFT news show in the world. We had Snoop, Dogg intro in there in his new partnership video with the Sandbox, man. We're super excited. We are sitting here in a Illuvium right now. We are going to touch on them here in a second. My man Buffalo, thanks for the tunes, man. Appreciate you laying it down.
Thanks to Dogg bringing it in, man. We're going to be getting apparently a lot of red flags, and sorry if those swear words got to you, man. But it's Friday, it's LADZ Day, and we had to bust out Snoop Dogg, man. He's rapping about NFTs. I mean, how dope is that?
It's dope, man. It's dope. We got a lit chat here. We had to count down a little bit there for a second, all the way down from 60. I know you guys want us to go live. Shout out to the Koin Games dev squad, by the way. We're going to touch on Koin Games later in the episode, but you guys are in early. Shout out to the entire tribe of Lad City that is showing up, our vibe, our tribe. This is NFT Live. We're bringing you the news from around the industry and putting it into one episode here on Fridays and Tuesday. We have another episode on Tuesday. Don't forget, we had Mike Shinoda on Tuesday. I'm still getting over it. I don't even know. Like, I'm still speechless from being able to talk to him on Tuesday. But we're going to have ourselves a good episode. We have a whole list of things happening in the NFT space, in Lad City, and all of these things, man. But how was your week, man? How was it's the end of the week here. We're just kind of wrapping up. It never stops, but
crazy week. The market went up, the market went down. The market never goes left and right, though. That's what I'm always wondering about. But hey, it sometimes stands still. NFTs, you know, floor prices. I've seen some people coming in with some big old brooms, sweeping up the floor prices. We're going to be talking about some of those projects today. And man, it's just, there's a lot of fun stuff to talk about. And hey, shout outs to OpenSea for handling some of that spam NFT crap that we were talking about earlier in the week. They jumped right on that. So if you've noticed, you don't even have to hide that shit. They're going to find out where those are, and they're going to remove them from all the wallets. So I'm loving to see that quick action on that side.
Love it, man. I got a Bullseum avatar here in the chat. Prodigy's rocking a Bullseum avatar. I want to give him a quick shout out.
Nice.
He's an OG lad from back in the day. Couple quick things. We're sitting here in Illuvium. That is going to be an awesome auto chess and open world NFT game that is coming out here. If you don't know about Illuvium, I don't know what rock you're living under, but come out from under that rock and learn a little bit about it. They had 2 recent updates. They are a sponsor for this month for us, and they had 2 recent updates. One, they're adding a little bit to their lore here. So you can see this was a tweet posted about an hour ago. The beginning of your journey starts here, a crash landing onto a mysterious unexplored planet. Are you ready to start your adventure? So that's a little bit of a tip. This is where you're going to start your adventure once this game is live, and we are eagerly anticipating that. And then they did have an awesome Binance listing. For those of you back in the day in 2017, you know what a Binance listing meant. Well, it's still big today because this announcement came out about 3 days ago, and ILV, the utility token of that ecosystem, absolutely pumped. And, you know, if you're holding a little bit of ILV, you're doing pretty well. So those were 2 big updates from the past week from Illuvium. Thank you so much for sponsoring this month. And hopefully we can get you guys on next month. So super stoked for that.
Dude, so you brought up a really great question. Illuvium or Star Atlas, that's going to be a major battle between those two.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, their trailers, the video content, it's next level, man. So I'm really curious to see who will prevail of the two. Or they both can be up on top, man. Who knows?
Truth, man. So I think what we have here where we're sitting, where we took a little bit of a field trip today, is going to be one of the arenas that they have battlers in. So you're eventually going to be able to put up ETH. That's like the whole mantra of Illuvium is fight for ETH. So you're going to be able to catch all of these like Pokemon style monsters and then come back and battle them in an arena that we're sitting in here, and you can fight for ETH. So Buffalo, we had a little bit of a Snoop battle the other day with Kagi. I don't know if we have that on. I don't know if we have that.
Maybe we do. Maybe we don't. Kagi's the smaller one.
Yeah.
Is that Q over there? Oh,
yes, that's you.
You had the shades on. You looked ready to go.
Damn. I don't thank you.
Oh,
I tried to get Kagi here. I tried to sneak him. Kagi, we could team up to kill the.
Yeah, right.
Get the fuck out of here! Yeah, what's up? I love that, man. I love that we were able to get onto NFT Arcade, man. Those crossover episodes. We've had GG. We've got Fun Uncle on all of our shows, man. Like Easy Street. Easy needs to come on to one of these NFT lives. But
sure.
Yeah, man, it's going to be dope when we can actually fight for that ETH. I can say, Kagi, if you beat me in Illuvium, you win 1 ETH, or he wins 1 ETH, man. It's gonna be fun times, man.
Ooh, I love that. And you're right, man. Easy needs to come on NFT Live along with Kagi on, Fun Uncle, everybody here on the network. Come on in, man. Stop in. Let us know how you're doing with the NFT space. I love that, man. I love it a lot.
All right, well, we're going to pump out of Illuvium here as the ILV token is pumping. We're going to hop back into LADZ City. That is going to be our home base. Well,
that's how fast we move.
I guess teleportation exists in our lore, so we are ready to roll, man. Again, bringing you all the NFT news. I'm going to take you on a quick rundown before we get to some LADZ stuff. We have Snoop Dogg and Sandbox announcing their partnership. Snoop kind of doxed himself. A little bit of a juicy story there with Medici there, a Twitter profile that has a lot of followers. Apparently, that's Snoop Dogg. I still don't know if I believe it. Buffalo has made me a sup duck. And not like physically maybe a sup duck. Like I'm literally I'm part of the Sup Ducks fam. We will get to Sup Ducks and the frenzy going on. Twitter is adding NFT verification, so we don't have people stealing NFTs and adding it as their profile picture. Time released an NFT drop. Koin Games, of course, we see you guys in the chat. Wag Me Son. This was a really cool derivative project that just popped up about a week ago that we minted last night. And then Avagachi, Dizzy Dragons, and a new competitor to OpenSea. So that's kind of what we got going on here today. Buffalo, what do you think, man? What do we got?
We got a great show. We got a definitely great show. I love the lineup there. And we definitely want to give another shout out to another sponsor here in LADZ City, which we're going to be collabing with on a lot of projects. And we're talking about Dream Loops and the Bitlectro Labs and the Dreamers that are coming out. Let's roll that trailer real quick, and then we will talk some more about Bitlectro and the Dreamers.
Bang, bang.
Where are we at right now? What's on the screen over here, man? What's in the window?
Listen, guys, we spend thousands of dollars on JPEGs, but I can't buy myself a okay computer. So what you're looking at is my potato of a computer rendering the Crypto Voxels estate that is going to be split between Bitlectro Labs and LADZ City. You can see a little bit of it here. We are taking another field trip, so we are live in the Crypto Voxels estate. This is going to house our Metaverse events, or Meta events as I like to call them. No one steal that. We are going to have a ton of DJ parties. We can see the DJ set here, and we've had a lot of cool parties already. I believe 2 that have really popped off, but you can see 2 adjacent estates that are connected together, as you can see with the bridge up top. And we are going to be splitting this with the Bitlectro team. So hopefully we can get a lot more people involved. You can see that this is just a bigger area that we can party in, man. So shout out to Bitlectro Labs. Shout out to LADZ City. This is our conjoined estate here that we are going to be having our Metaverse events in the future.
Dude, exactly. And this right here is going to be next Thursday. Is going to be a massive party. And if you guys tuned in every month, we do an event with them. This was a couple months back. This is edited by Fun Uncle. It gets crazy. And this is the old plot. Look at how packed it was, man. This is a fire code safety hazard or something. And that's why we had to expand with Bitlectro. And now we have ourselves a half LAD City, half Bitlectro kind of split. It's going to be dope. Bring your avatars, bring your grooves. We're going to be playing music. We're going to be doing sets all day on Thursday of next week. And I believe Strawberry's going to be there, and we're going to have a lot of DJs like myself, along with DJ Savage, and of course, my man Gabe. So you definitely want to show up. It's a lot of fun, and it goes all Thursday. So we're going to be actually dropping in live during NFT Arcade, me and Rage Cage, man. So it should be a lot of fun, dude. I just love these. Like, we can't in the real world for the most part. All of us come together. So coming together in the metaverse is the next best thing, and I love it, man. We need more of this.
100%. Make sure you take your vaccination pass, because it's crypto voxels. I think requires a vaccination. You need to wear your mask. There's a lot of things that are happening in crypto voxels.
That's gonna be tough to enforce.
Got the update.
When people jumping in naked with no name, running around, track down that person. Show me your identity card.
Those dang anons. All right, this is what we're doing. So that's the Met event that we're going to host at the end of the month with Bitlectro Labs. This is a very rough outline too. So what you saw there up on the screen was just a rough draft that hasn't been completed fully. We are still, getting our NFTs up on the walls and making it real cool for y'all. So hopefully you enjoy that. But without further ado, we will get to the rest of the episode. We have an NFT snapback update that I can pull up here if you give me just a second, Buffalo. Lander has been working tirelessly to launch his NFT snapback, where you were able to get a physical piece. Let me see if I can get that.
Yeah. Take your time. I actually got a question right now from Prodigy, who's asking, what time is the event next Thursday? Well, it starts at 3 p.m. Pacific time, and it will run all day for the most part, at least for about 5 to 6 hours. And that is the poster right there. We'll drop that in the Discord in LAD City. And yeah, it's gonna be a fun one for sure.
All right, so I've got the update a little bit here for Lander. Let's see if we can pull this up on the screen. So we have all of the NFT snapbacks kind of positioned there. You can see LAD City up at the top.
Nice.
Got a little bit of Axie Infinity there, a little bit of Rizzle. Who else do we got? Crypto Punks. All right. Oh, some drippies there.
Nice.
So we have NFT. So this is Lander's project, man. We're super excited to be a part of it. He's done a great job with this NFT snapback project. So these are going to be on sale relatively soon. We are awaiting kind of the production side of everything, but as you can see, that's the update from Lander for the NFT snapback. So I wanted to give a quick shout out to Lander. You can see LAD City right there. Well, we are about to cross 3,000 members in our Discord. There are some negatives that come along with having such a large Discord, although there's larger Discords than us. Spammers, we were dealing with that. So me and Buffalo had a little bit of a talk before the episode saying maybe we need to incorporate some NFTs into a little bit of what we're doing here in LAD City. So be on the lookout for some of that.
Yeah, man, we're definitely cooking up something special. So just give us a little bit of time on that. But yeah, we're definitely going to be evolving the city as always. And if you want to get a part of it, we'll be talking to a lot of the nobles. Noble chat we'll fill in you guys in first, and anybody who's been with us knows that we're due for embracing NFTs, man. We're an NFT city. It's time. All right, so this is what it is. It is time for the news portion, the portion of the episode where we kind of drop everything and give you the updates for the week. We've got Subducks, like I said, we got Koin Games, we got Twitter, we got Wagme, we got Snoop, and we are going to actually start with Snoop and this video. Before we roll this video, though, please leave a like, please leave a subscribe, comment in the chat. It's always a better episode when you guys are commenting in the chat. Let us know what we should be talking about. We can't cover everything on today's episode, but we're going to try. And please give some love in our vibe, our tribe, to the community that is growing every single day. So awesome, man. Let's roll this Snoop Dogg video and we will hop into the news for the week.
NFT, never forget to pass it. Quickest way to get your motherfucking ass kicked. Smoking big while I'm bouncing in the classic. No cap, I don't even gotta gas it. When the weed come around, Real shit too, puffs, nigga, pass it. I only want that loud talk. Oh, you got it, roll it up and let me sample it. Keep an eye on my weed, cause if I don't, it'll disappear like magic. Smoke the whole sack, only got a roach back. I'ma let you niggas have it. Yeah. 2021, Snoop Dogg. NFT. Never forget to pass it. Quickest way to get your ass kicked. Oh yeah, this is another classic. Now right on, right on.
Sheesh. All right. Listen, man, this is really cool because when Sandbox launched 2 years ago, almost to the day, although that might not be the actual day, 2 years ago, this was the dream, being able to have these immersive experiences where you're connecting with creators, where you're connecting with other people, and you're able to do that. And we can see as these videos progress, they're getting better and better. I mean, you saw a full Snoop Dogg Metaverse there where he's getting involved in NFTs, but also it's a collaboration with his community. It's perfect. It's what the Sandbox was made for. We are eagerly awaiting the rollout of Sandbox as it relates to like a public launch. So you saw a little bit in that video, of course. The main thing we want to get to is the private party passes. 1,000 Snoop Dogg private party passes for this actual event or the Sandbox land. As you can see, you're going to be able to do a couple things with it. So I'm actually going to hop in and see if you can get the information here. So the Snoop Dogg private party pass gives you access to step into his lifestyle. With the party pass, you can attend private metaverse parties and get access to exclusive NFTs. You can see a little bit of it here. Limited tokens, which give you access to his lifestyle. Again, this is going to be 1,000. All of these sold out within about an hour, I'd say, almost probably less, almost around 30 minutes. So these are basically going to give you access to his, Sandbox land, to the events, to future NFTs. And it's really it's where we wanted to see Sandbox, right? It's exactly where we wanted to see it. You can kind of go into their marketplace here. You can see that it went for about $750 and they're completely sold out. So big stuff from the Sandbox here. Sebastian and that team are doing great things. You can kind of see the virtual VX piece here that completely sold out. Couple other things here, and then Buffalo, I want to get your take. There is going to be a land sale that's going to take place on September 30th. So I'm going to hop into, let's see if I can't get it. We're going to hop into this land piece, but you are basically going to be able to purchase land within this environment. So you can see Snoop Dogg's land parcel here within the Sandbox universe, and there are going to be some land pieces associated with this sale on September 30th and later in October. So, Buff, while I continue through this a little bit, what do you think?
I think it's awesome. Of course, more land sales and Sandbox. What else is new? But what I love about this is, dude, there was some amazing Fortnite concerts that we got to watch that just blew my mind. It was like, holy crap, this is definitely where things are going with artists embracing the virtual space. But a lot of those are pre-recorded. So I'm curious, is Snoop going to be running out as an avatar during the thing, and you'll be like, being able to watch him in the real world, like with the camera showing like that's actually him and things like that, and interact with him, because that would be super dope in my opinion to really see the artist actually there with you in that event. So hopefully, I mean, this is my hope when I first got into Sandbox, was they would do live concerts, live events like this. So this is just the start of it, and I have a feeling that should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, this is coming actually from Play To Earn, and Robert Hugendorf does a great job over there. So you can see here as this article launched, again, they were up for sale for Sand. That's a great utility there for the Sand token, Sand holders. They were up for launch for about $780 USD. It looks like they're being found on OpenSea now for $3,200. So a nice return for those that were able to get in as well. and you'll be able to get premium land here at the end of the month. So this is going to be interesting to watch, man. We're going to be following Snoop Dogg, and this story goes along with his doxing, quote unquote. I don't know if you're in the chat. Let me know if you actually think Medici is Snoop Dogg, because basically he came out with a tweet that said, "I am Medici." If I can go on his Twitter and find it. It's just been a big week for Snoop Dogg and NFTs, as you can see. So really cool stuff, man.
Yeah, I'm curious about that too. I mean, weren't you doubting for the longest time about that young kid who had the huge NFT project? You still have your doubts, man. Hey, in the space.
Benjamin's real, man.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately,
Okay.
I'll eat my crow there. Benjamin is real. So eating a bunch of crow, but yeah, that is something that we'll continue to follow, man. Snoop Dogg and NFTs. What? There's not a better combination. Peanut butter and jelly.
There you go, man. DOGG making his presence known.
Yeah, man. Speaking of great combinations here, we have Subducks and Volt. We have a lot of things going on in this ecosystem, man. I don't know if you want to take the reins here on this story, but Subducks has been absolutely taking off. I think it's like a 4 ETH floor right now. So
it's crazy. And so we'll break it down real quick for you. So me and Q, we have this thing that we started about, I don't know, a month ago, where we call it the Coach's Challenge. If you know football, that means if there's a play the coach thinks the refs got wrong, they can challenge the play. And you can only challenge, twice a game? And if you get wrong twice, you can't do it no more. And so for us, it's like we get one Coach's Challenge a quarter where I could tell Q, hey, I'm in on this project. You got to go in on it, brother. You just got to check it out, do your own research, put in whatever you want. And we've each done our Coach's Challenge for the quarter, and I decided to pull my Coach's Challenge today and said, dude, you got to get a Subduck before it's too late. I love what they're doing about it, and of course I'm biased because the old Buffalo, he's got a dozen ducks. I mean, there's my membership card right there. Let me just flaunt that out there. Woo! Here's my last member right here. He's a tiny little, little duck here, but he's somebody I definitely would hang with. But it is contagious. My man Rage Cage, he's got a rug. He's rugging the ducks, actually real life rug that he purchased. And it's getting to him. You can already tell by the way he's talking.
What's up? What's up? Looking extra juicy.
You see? Yeah, see? And it's also contagious here. Bitlord.
Look at this. My sup duck is up bought it for $700. Now it's worth 15 grand for a picture of a JPEG, mate. I'm semi-retired now. I don't need to work. I don't even smoke, by the way, but I'm going to have a dart. I'm in my jocks. I'm going to go tan on the balcony because I can, because my sup duck, my JPEGs, are ripping, mate. This is a dream. This is an Aussie dream, and I'm fucking living it. I'm living it here today. I don't smoke, but Gary Jensen told you to save $5 a week by going to the coffee shop.
Yeah, you got some happy Subduck holders now, man, and you are now a Subducks holder. And are these your guys right here?
These are my guys. I needed to go bubblegum, so I'm assembling a crew here of just bubblegum smackers right now. So I got 2 Subducks here. I got a little Magikarp on the head, kind of a tattered T-shirt, and then I've got a little bit of the bubblegum with the alien and the dollar chain. You need a Bitcoin chain, man. Who's getting a USD chain these days, man? Come on, but.
You got them there. But those are some classy ducks, sir. I congratulate you on your purchase. And why are we talking about ducks right now? Because there's been a huge update. And what I love about ducks, if you guys are brand new and want to know more about what's going on in the duck space, there is some amazing things going on it's crazy. It's Frankie Nines is the creator of it. He puts his face out there. He does updates every Thursday. He does a YouTube stream. And let me see. I'm having issues with my screen here, trying to screen share for you. Give me a sec here, Q. Okay.
No worries, man. Yeah, so if you guys haven't seen what's going on with Subducks, if this is your first time hearing about it, it is a generative art project. I mean, that is the flavor of the week, but you find these communities that are just getting after it. Have the culture, Gutter Cat Gang comes to mind, Bored Ape Yacht Club comes to mind. There's a ton of different ones, but Subducks is there, man. And I totally regret not getting in when we had the team on a month ago. But yeah, man, it's been a ride for Subducks, and so many updates are happening just this week.
Yep. And so, okay, I got my screen finally up. This is the website itself where you can go in. You actually get a little bungalow here that you can hang out in here. And what's going to go on in this little cage here is in a week, we're being dropped some frogs. And so for every duck, you're going to be getting a frog, which is a whole new asset class of itself. And this is Frankie Nines. He does these videos every Thursday where he's on camera. He worked on VFriends. He has a huge history in the space, very well respected, great artist. And he breaks it down. Volt is the token that you actually get, which is now listed on CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap. You get Volt. You generate it passively for holding ducks. And he just breaks down the whole roadmap, stats of where they're at. He does this every week. What I love about it, Q, is there's a face behind it. Is somebody that's going to guide you through it, and he's putting himself out there. The Twitter's been blowing up as well, so I highly suggest you at least look into SupDucks in the sense of where they're at right now, because it's one of those. I want to give a huge shout out to Rage Cage, because that man told me about a month or two ago about SupDucks and was like, hey, you know, they're going to be really following the CyberKongz model where they're going to come out with a potentially like a banana for CyberKongz. Maybe at the time we were thinking it was going to be called bread or something. It ended up being called Volt. And there's something really unique about this now where you can generate passive income for holding as well. And it's just the beginning. So it's just one of those. I'm a big fan of it because it's a face. So I'm expecting Frankie Nines to give it his all because he's putting himself out there on that one. And I think that's pretty big.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, when you have that face, it just gets a whole nother level of community interaction. You're able to actually, you know, I mean, you can do this in a Discord server, you can do this over text, but it's just a different vibe, right? It's a different vibe when you can actually see the founder's face. They had a fantastic thread, which I can link you guys here on everything. We have Landers in the house, man. We touched on your NFT snapbacks at the beginning of the episode, man. Speaking of, SupDucks and Volt, CyberKongz really started this whole movement of utility tokens, right? Being dropped to their communities. I don't want to call it like a genius play. You know, you have a lot of projects, in the ICO space that were dropping for holding specific things, but dropping a utility token for holding NFTs, it takes it to the next level. It really does. I mean, for those of you guys that are kind of wondering what we're talking about, if you hold a SupDuck, you get 10 Volt per day, which I believe, if I'm looking at CoinGecko, Volt is at about $1.32. So essentially, you're making about $13, right? So you're getting about $13, and like that's not, if you're holding, more than one duck, if you're holding for 10 ducks, you're making a pretty penny there for actually just holding. So I'm not a boomer, okay? Like, I'm in NFTs. I like to think I'm in the know and a cool kid. I don't know. You guys tell me, but there is a part of me that believes that this is like crossing a boundary here, right? We're moving into a area that is more unknown. If you're dropping a token for holding another token, that could be seen in light on regulators and all these different things, whereas it was a clear-cut line before. If you had an NFT, it was just a collectible. If you start dropping tokens on top of holding the NFTs, it's another ball game here, and it does drive FOMO into projects, which I love. I mean, it's awesome to see the FOMO and see the success of these projects, but adding a utility token on top of that, it takes it into another realm. So yeah. I'm not bringing I'm not the bearer of bad news, the FUD Master McGee over here.
Master McGee.
I just want to, I like having conversations about this stuff. And
you're keeping it real, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good point too. And, where we got Crypto Stamina saying, hey, don't say passive income.
Exactly.
Say utility token. Well said, sir. And I appreciate that because, I can tell from Frankie Nines watching every week on his stream that he does. He's definitely watching the way that he talks about it and knows that, definitely not telling people to buy so you can get the passive returns and things like that. That token is supposed to be used for merch, for updating and naming your frog or ducks. I'm all over the place with the animals in the NFT space, but yeah, for that it's a tricky thing, and I think you're right. We're definitely gonna have to see how regulation is going to follow the innovation with the NFT space and the tokens that are coming with CyberKongz, ducks, and like you said, Bored Ape didn't need to. They already just knocked it out of the park. They're like, why do we even want to bring that attention? But who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe down the road, Bored Ape could be getting in on something.
Yeah, man. I want to pull up my screen one more time because, Bored Ape has done a good job, and SupDucks is doing a great job here of introducing the Volt token. But they had a great update here where they were able to kind of show you the goings on. I think Buffalo mentioned there is going to be a frog that is likely going to be able to be, I think they already have that information if I can go to it. So you can actually have the public mint as well as the claiming, likely for actually holding subducts, I'm assuming.
Yeah, and the public mint's going to be a Dutch auction that will start earlier in the day, 6 hours before the actual ducks can claim. There's 10,000 frogs. They're all going to have rarities. Now, as you look there, the subduck claim, your duck will actually transform into your frog. So it takes the same traits, which is really cool.
Nice.
So yeah, right. I thought that was cool. And yeah, it's just one of those. It's going to be a whole nother edition, just like the Kennel Dogs is for Bored Ape. And it's starting to gain some traction for sure. And it's going to hit that kind of threshold. You know, there's just no turning back. It'll be fun to watch.
The merch, man, is another piece about this this generative art project movement that's been happening, because it's really, you're monetizing culture, and you know, merchandise is part of culture. So we see that. We have a couple comments that are coming through. Valerius is saying, guys, it's a utility token. Jeez, I can't tell if he's being sarcastic there. And then Warrior Bulldogs is saying regulation can't do anything. They are playing their poker faces, as we see a lot of subs coming through. So we want to get a quick sup on air for you guys.
Sup train, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, big sub train. But as I add one, so likely you guys are right. You know, likely regulators can't do anything. You know, at the end of the day, they're barely making their way past Ripple at this point, and that is like 4 years old. So the chances that they can do anything are likely low. Although, come on, guys, like if you're in the SEC, if Gensler's watching this, you know, we're playing it by the rules. No financial advice, no nothing. But you're right, likely they can't do anything, but it's just a conversation to be had, right? Because as you move into this next stage where you're introducing a fungible token and it's not just the NFT, it becomes a different thing. So that's the conversation. I appreciate you guys following along for that one and actually contributing there. So we are, you know, having ourselves a good time here talking about subducks, man. And thanks for throwing that coach's challenge and getting me in.
Hey, I appreciate you, you know, honoring that as well, man. And I like you said, well, it was a pretty safe coach's challenge, man. I'm like, it is. All right, let's be honest. Like,
meanwhile,
you know. I mean,
meanwhile,
mine. Yeah, we won't talk about that.
Let's check it on Q's coach's challenge.
Oh, okay.
So
all right.
I think we got into CeFi, which is going to be a utility token associated with a game called Metalands. So this is the protocol that Metalands is built on top of. Down 15%, ladies and gentlemen. So it's a little tough out here. Buffalo, how do you feel about this coach's challenge as it stands today?
Might need a new host of the show. No, I like it, man. You know, it's one of those where I'm still averaging in on that project because I still want to get a better position. So with it coming down, markets, you know, it definitely is. I mean, look at where it was a couple months ago. I think you definitely see the vision of it. I do too. GG covered it on Monday. He does a show, NFT GG. So he brought it to you first, got you all excited, and I jumped in on it a little too. I think it's definitely one of those things we can get going on for, you know, some momentum.
That's who we have to find. GG, I'm going to find you for getting me into CeFi. No, I believe in this project as well. I mean, really, we're betting on gaming, right? It's going to take a little bit. It's going to take about 6 months till we see some good games come out. Although Light Night just came out, which is cool to see, but we're still at the infancy of NFT gaming. So yeah. CeFi, Metalands.
What we need to do, we need a scoreboard. Each quarter, we need to put the coach's challenge, how successful it was the next quarter. And we'll get Ronan in on this too. And hey, some of the lads you want to, it's like a fantasy football type of thing with NFT projects, and see how you're doing. You can kind of challenge us. And I don't know if we want Expo to get in on it though, because he's now doing a Yeti's coaches challenge. So,
ooh,
you know, I know you would be all about that because you think of it as the meme one, man.
What's the time frame on that, dude? I mean, Yetis are going to survive. They're like the cockroaches of the NFT space. There will literally be a nuclear bomb because of all the regulation that we just talked about, and Yetis will prevail because they're the meme of the year.
I like the way you're thinking. Hey, in the comment section right now, drop your coach's challenge to us. What is one that you think we need to do? We'll put it on here right now. We'll go back and we'll track this, and if you're right, hey, we're gonna give you a shout out. Possibly some LADZ tokens. Alpha Romero says Rumble Kong next. I like that. That's a good.
I like Rumble Kongs.
Yeah, it's not a bad
Rumble Kongs. All right, here's what we're doing, because we do have a lot of coin game devs community members in the house. We are going to touch on Koin Games. We actually have a sick roll-in for that as well. But we do have to get to some of the bigger stories. This story would have, like, 6 months ago, taken the whole time that we were having this episode. We would have talked on it for 20 minutes. It would have been a huge thing. But because of where we are in the NFT space, it's just another story. So this was actually very, very big. It's a huge validation for the NFT space. Jack Dorsey has been a proponent of crypto, of NFTs, of a lot of what's happening in blockchain for a long time. So they did roll out a Bitcoin tipping feature on iOS, I believe on Google as well. So you're going to have that on Android and iOS there for Apple. And basically, you're going to be able to tip your favorite influencers, individuals, your family members, Buffalo maybe, in Bitcoin using the Lightning Network. So they're rolling that out. But along with this, they're actually looking to introduce NFT authentication. Such a huge validation for the space. I mean, that is huge. The first thing you hear about when talking about NFTs with a lot of people is I can right-click save as, right? I can save as and put it as my own profile picture. But that really doesn't get at the heart of what NFTs do. It is digital ownership within this metaverse, within the internet, within where we are right now, and actually having Twitter be able to authenticate that you own that by verifying your wallet is fucking huge, man. So that is so big. I cannot wait till this rolls out. Not much information as it relates to the actual details here, but basically along with this Bitcoin tipping feature, they said, hey, we're rolling out NFT authentication stuff too.
Yeah, I think it's definitely that next thing that's solving that issue of, I even mentioned it to you one time where I was like, man, what's stopping people from using, a PFP of an NFT they don't own anymore or never owned to begin with, and then the person who spent, a house, a price of a house to get it, has somebody that's pretending they have it as well. So I love the verification process. And yesterday on Frankie Nine's stream for Subducks, he even mentioned this too. So it's definitely right now is that next point within the NFT space of verification. Do you literally, like, if you're gonna like come represent that, you're proving it as well. And people are like, oh no, that person owns it for sure.
It's really a interesting movement because what's happening is the PFP projects that have taken over. I mean, Twitter is the de facto metaverse right now. Like, for everybody that's involved in NFTs, if you're not on Twitter, you need to be. You don't have to even post, but you need to be on there following people that are keeping you updated on the space, following NFT Live, following us, all of these different things. Twitter is the place, and now everyone has a profile picture that is an NFT, essentially. Not many people are left that have a picture of their actual doxed selves on Twitter, when only a year ago that wasn't the case. That wasn't the case at all. It's crazy how different it is now on Twitter. But adding this authentication where maybe you have a check or something like that on your profile picture, that's huge.
Yeah, I like that. I'm still holding Crypto Buffalo as my PFP. I'm actually working on the next version of it, but it's going to take a special NFT, man. Which, hey, I'm just going to let you all in right now. Old Buffalo missed out on the old Bored Apes. Q got one. Ronan got a bunch of them. And then Q got another one. And then I got none. And I sat on the sidelines and watched you guys do many shows. Hell, we did a live dog show that I directed. Yet I still didn't get in. And now I'm sitting here. And what did I tell you yesterday? Hey, I think it's about time for me to get in a Bored Ape. So if I do get a Bored Ape, I'm going to be doing it live on the show. One of these weeks, I will be buying a Bored Ape live on NFT Live. And we all can be in on that together. And it'll be fun. We'll hold hands.
Yeah.
It'll be a moment.
We'll hold hands. And then if Twitter rolls out this feature, if Jack rolls out this feature,
right,
maybe you can authenticate it on your actual Twitter platform.
I might.
So,
yeah. I might rock it as my PFP. I think I would if I'm spending that much on one.
Right. If it was only Bored Ape Buffalo Club, I think you
I'm waiting for a good
easy
Buffalo NFT project. Anybody knows one, let me know. Coach's Challenge, I will accept.
We had a bunch of coaches challenges come in actually after you asked that. Again, Rumble Kongs, Koin Games, of course. Looks like we had SVS, which I'm not exactly sure. Crypto Stamina said get a mutant. So that's good. That I actually pitched that to you. So if you're not in the Bored Ape Yacht Club and you want to get, there is going to be a line in the sand, right? There's the mutants and the Bored Apes and the Kennel Club dog owners. All of these people are within one community, but there is a little bit of a differentiation, kind of like what you have in CyberKongs, right? CyberKongs has the Baby Kongs, has the Genesis Kongs, has the VX Kongs. each one is going to offer you a little bit different utility. Sometimes they'll package them all together, say the broad usage utility is going to be applied to all three. But if you're looking for an access point into Bored Apes, Mutant Apes might be the way. You know, you're spending far less ETH. You're spending about 15,000, 20,000. And then Bored Ape it's crazy how we're talking today, man.
Yeah, it's insanity.
It's like we're just throwing it out there, like just 15, 20. What a crazy throw up that BitLord thing again. This is how I feel every day when I wake up. Can we throw out crypto BitLord? If you haven't seen BitLord, follow this man.
Yeah,
this is literally how I feel.
Come to Thursday afternoon. Now have a look at this. My sup duck is up like. Bought it for $700. Now it's worth 15 grand for a picture of a JPEG, mate. I'm like semi-retired now. I don't need to work. I don't even smoke, by the way, but I'm gonna have a dart. I'm in my jocks. I'm gonna go tan on the balcony because I can, because my sup duck, like my JPEGs, are ripping, mate. This is a dream. This is an Aussie dream, and I'm fucking living it. I'm living it here today. I don't smoke, but Gary Jensen told you to save $5 a week on going to the coffee shop.
What does he say at the end, Q? I have trouble figuring it out.
Gary Gensler, head of the SEC, is just an absolute troll. He was on Twitter talking about, first of all, this guy has millions of dollars, and he tells, college students, tells young people to start saving $4 or $5 a week by not going to the coffee shop. In the midst of having like the highest college tuition that it's ever existed. Mm-hmm. Inflation is rampant, and this guy has the balls. Although, again, not sure if the SEC is watching this. Guys, I don't know. I don't want to talk shit about the SEC. They're not watching.
Yeah, of course
you guys suck. Honestly, like going on there and talking about $4 to $5 a week. It's fucking stupid, man. Yeah. So, shout out to BitLord for dropping that. We're going to just have that on repeat, man. So, crazy times. But if you do want to get access to the Bored Ape Yacht Club community, and you don't want to spend, and you don't have, 50 ETH, 40 ETH to get in, then Mutant Apes might be the way. And Kennel Club owners as well.
It's interesting you said that, because Mike Shinoda, who was on the show on Tuesday, said that's exactly how he got an ape. He bought a bunch of mutants, flipped those, and got himself an ape. Now, I'll be honest, I can't stand the mutants. I'm not a fan. I just think they're just nasty. If I saw one at my door, I'd be like, oh, dear God. But the Kennel Dogs, the original Bored Apes, I'm a big fan.
Dude, don't sleep on the Mutant Apes in October. Halloween, Mutant Apes, what's going on? I feel like, floor rise a little bit for
I'm glad you brought
October.
up Halloween. I think Halloween, for a lot of these Gen Art communities, have special little tricks and special little treats lined up. I know Subducks mentioned yesterday they got something special they're working on for all the ducks for Halloween, and a lot of these other projects. I mean, you saw the suit and tie event, right? Where everybody was getting all dressed up with their Gen Art. Now we're all gonna go trick-or-treating together. So I'm very excited for Halloween and NFT Live. I mean, if you guys are OGs here in LADZ City, last Halloween's episode first Q lost power, so me and Ronan were stuck for the rest of the show. I bought like 5 or 6 masks, so I was switching masks in between shots. It was a good time, and I'm very excited for this next Halloween, man. We're gonna have a lot of fun together for sure.
Awesome, brother. Yeah, that was a hell of an episode. I hope we have some still shots from last time. I'm sure we do. But guys, there are 55 of you in the chat here. Appreciate you tuning in to NFT Live while it's live. We do this every Tuesday and Friday around 3 p.m. It's showbiz, guys. We can't start at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard every time. So that is basically around when we go live. And, when you're tuning into the live show, it really helps us because you guys bring the energy in the chat. You guys bring some comments that we can touch on. So I want to give a huge shout out to you guys who are in the comment section now and in the chat now. So we will continue with the rest of the episode. Here's another big story that would have been absolutely huge, but it just goes under the radar. So Time Magazine launched an NFT drop here with about 40 different creators. They priced 4,676 pieces at 0.1 ETH each, and they said it was gonna add additional utility. I'll actually pull up the Time Magazine website if I can here. And they have this all integrated on their platform, right? And they said, basically, connect your MetaMask. You'll be able to access these pieces, and you'll, eventually, and you can see the featured artists here, you'll eventually be able to attend events that are only specific to these NFT holders. You'll be able to have the art itself. And, I don't want to be too, high level here, surface level, or just like kind of, not talking about the actual utility of the pieces and everything. These things are already 8 times the price that people paid at 0.1. So you see 4.7K, a little bit less than that actually if you read the article, 2.0 owner or 2,000 owners, and 0.83 floor price Buffalo. So these time pieces, as we can see down here, have already 8x'd from the piece. You can see each one has a little bit different flavor. The artists essentially were given a rule that it had to be associated with building a better future, and then each artist went about it their own way. Some of them are videos, some of them actually have audio, some of them watch this.
Very nice, very nice.
Now use it to burn all the things I don't need.
Do you collaborate on this stuff? Is that you in the background?
Might be.
In the
That's a chair turn right there on the
that I
voice.
breathe.
So a lot of these different art pieces here, but again, 8x time launch this. It's going to give you access to different things within their community. I'll see if I can actually get this, but while I'm looking this up, Buff, do you have anything on this?
Yeah, I believe we talked about this a while ago, and I think it's very interesting. Time, even CNN, a lot of these like pieces that they're really doing now, NFTs are not going away, you guys, and more people are starting to, I was shocked in February when Saturday Night Live did an NFT rap. It just kind of showed that mainstream is they're poking their head in, going, what's the deal here? And then they kind of backed away for a little bit. And then you got, your first kind of wave of artists that jumped in with just diving headfirst. And then you get these artists now, like Mike Shinoda even said he didn't want to jump into that first wave because he didn't want to be part of that like cash grab. And now you get people to say, wait, I can change my whole model here of how I'm doing business as an artist. And we're really starting to see some things. But now you get these big companies like Time, and it's like, wow, everybody's going to start evolving their model of everything that they're producing and what they already have in their library and forming it. So this is fun, man. This is amazing to see.
Yeah, shout out to whoever worked with Time to actually get them onboarded into the NFT space, because this utility, as we have it up here, is really good, right? It gets you access to time.com through 2023. So each buyer will receive a random timepiece from the collection that will be revealed once all pieces have been sold. Owners of timepieces will receive unlimited access to time.com through 2023, exclusive invites to some of our physical events, and access to a variety of exclusive digital experiences. So big shout outs to Time here. That is great utility. They actually offered the Time subscription within the NFT, which is fucking badass. Yeah. And they also had these in-person events. This is how you want to see a drop, not just kind of a cash grab or something that's gonna be for the first couple months. This actually gets them access to Time, gets them access to events. Now let's just see the follow through from Time. But as far as the original drop goes, really cool stuff.
Oh yeah, for sure. By the way, thank you guys for the chat today. Has been lit. If you're brand new here, this is NFT Live. We do it twice a week, and we're all hosted here in LADZ City, which is the greatest NFT city you, your mother, and your neighbor's dog all need to check out. And the best thing you can do when you head on over to LADZ City is check out the NFT chat. The NFT chat channel, there's so much alpha in there every week. I'm just blown away with the amount of research people do and the alpha that's being dropped. And right now, even during the show, if you just watch some of these comments, people are talking about projects that are dropping in an hour. Evolved Apes, check it out. Somebody's been talking about that one, man. And it's like there's a lot of projects in here that sometimes it's just one person, a little tweet, a little like, hey, check it out, and then you just look into it at the right time. Cryptodes for me, I just got lucky, man. I just happened to be on OpenSea that one day when I floated around that one. But that's what I love about this space, is it's really everybody just helping each other out. When you find a winner, just share it. True.
Right there, you're kind of accessing the collaborative nature of LADZ City.
Yeah.
That is one of the main use cases and utilities and just vibes of being in the community. So Yeah, this is a great point that's actually happening because, again, I think this had to do with Coin Games as well. You got into Coin Games, but there was a significant mint price, right? I'm taking that into account pretty much on anything that's launching in the NFT space right now. I mean, I will point it out when there's not a situation like that. But for the most part, if you're minting at the actual launch, you're going to be paying a pretty penny. And Choina made a great point. He said the timepieces drop was a bit of a mess, though, and Valerius actually followed that up. The timepieces haven't 8x if you count the gas they spent. Very, very true. I've got to pull it up on my screen. You can see by block times here. You can see the actual gas price spiking to about 9,000 Gwei there. So, yeah, you can tell that within this kind of drop, if you're paying, and I think I saw upwards of like thousands and thousands of dollars being spent. I do remember that coming across my timeline with this pieces drop here. And, you guys are right. So the great point that you guys are pointing out there, if you're spending, if the price actually is 0.1, but you're spending 4x that on, the gas, which is not unheard of, then maybe you're only 2xing your purchase and things like that. So, that's going to happen, man, until we get onto layer 2s, until E2.0 rolls out. That's going to continue to happen. Some people would even say that's a feature, not a bug on Ethereum. That's what's happening on ETH right now.
Even Oni, right? We were like, man, Oni, we want to get in on this. And then we were like, well, let's just wait for the secondary market too, because the gas wars in some projects, even though it's a winner, you could really get wrecked if you try to get in on something, and it sometimes doesn't even go through and you lose, and that's what's crazy about it. So yeah, for me, I'm more of a secondary person. Unless it's super simple and ongoing, I just get in early. It's like the gas wars, I don't want to be a part of that.
Yeah, I love, we actually had Bitlectro Labs, who we touched on earlier. They actually released their whitelisting form. If you guys want to go to Bitlectro, that is actually just happening in the last 24 hours. Crypto Sandwich says, imagine only 2xing.
poor person.
Yeah, have fun staying poor on your 2x's. I'm taking my 8. But they just had that. Another one that I want to touch on here as we go forward is going to be Metaverse. I mean, what are they going to do with their white? If you guys know what they're going to do with their whitelisting, please let me know. They have 100,000 Discord members. It's either 100,000 Discord members or 100,000 Twitter followers. What's going to happen? I mean, you don't even touch that with a 10-foot pole as it comes to the mint with that amount of people trying to get it, unless you somehow get into the white list somehow. I would love an update if you guys have any. We'll continue to follow it. Metaverse should be dropping either early October, later October, somewhere around there. But holy crap, that is going to be a nuclear bomb when it goes off.
Yeah, and gas war crazy for sure. So secondary markets is definitely the play for a lot of those projects like that too. Hey, huge shout out to John Dubb saying good stuff, loving the content. Found you guys around the time I found Coin Games, and I've enjoyed the episodes ever since. Keep up the good work. Appreciate you big time. And hey, huge shout out to all the Coin Game fans here. We got a little Coin Games gang in here right now, man. I think it's about time we start talking about it.
Tongue twister.
Right? Surprised I was even able to say it.
DP saying that there is going to be a raffle. I actually did see that from a couple people. Actually, some individuals that I was able to get into the NFT space within like the last month and a half, who are just getting after it on the front lines. Shout out to Digits there, who was able to tell me that they are doing a raffle. So there is going to be a raffle. You show up on mint day and apply for a ticket, which you guys are coming through now. Mateus is saying they're doing a raffle. DP saying they're doing a raffle. So that's hopefully you guys get lucky. That's probably the best way they could have done it. Honestly, if you think about it and just like the overall aspect, it is going to suck for people who can't get involved, but you're going to be secondary sniping, as we see.
I like the raffle idea. Please no wheel. I wouldn't want to watch the wheel spinning 10,000 times, but I do like the raffle idea. A randomized kind of lottery ticket system would be kind of cool. No,
cool.
Sir.
If you could. No. Okay. All right.
You know,
all right,
I mean,
wheels off.
The wheels are falling off on the show.
All right, so we do have the Koin Games community in the chat. We have waited till the middle of the episode to talk about Koin Games. Super stoked for this community. Tim Yest over there at Koin Games is doing a phenomenal job, and he's bringing a little bit of legitimacy. I think he comes from a more traditional background and is able. He's a project manager. He's done a lot of things, and it's not kind of an anon team. It's not something where it's kind of run of the mill. It's really bringing a legitimate professionalism to some of the drops that are happening in the NFT space. So we'll run this AMA video because we think it's dope, and then we'll talk about Koin Games. Shout out to Volatile Alpha, although I don't know if I want my alpha to be volatile. They did a great job on that video. I mean, that's an AMA video. Good Lord. So that is actually happening, I believe, Saturday. So tomorrow, I'm going to pull up some announcements, and then we can kind of jump in to Koin Games and see what they're doing. But here's an update here from Tim on 9/21. So I believe 3 days ago. He said, "What's up, everyone? I hope you're well. Here's a couple updates." They have a lore AMA here, touching on the AMA that they'll be doing there. An avatar token. So that's pretty big, and a mini game. So I'm going to touch on both of those points. We had a great team meeting Monday focused on avatar token to reward holders each month for every avatar they hold. What does that sound like, Buffalo? We also came up with a few ways the token could be used both now and in the future. Stay tuned for more details. And then a mini game. We have started working on the framework for a mini game, a simplified concept of our auto chess game Bloodline that we could all be playing while we wait for the real game to be developed. And then he says, lastly, I just want to say again how much I freaking love the community. So Koin Games, Tim Yest over there, guys doing a great job. If you don't know what Koin Games Dev Squad is, basically they are building a game with the community. So essentially, the NFT holders that are owning the NFTs right now are in the chats building this game with the developers. They are essentially the developers. It's also a PFP project. You can see here, there's Tim there. I'm not going to click on that because I don't have ad blocker. Buffalo, rip my heart out there, or eat your heart out. And then the biggest piece here, which I think is going to drive a lot of FOMO, other than the drops that are going to happen for NFT holders. There's actually going to be a seed round for this game, Bloodline, for Koin Games, that is going to be accessed at the same price as the private investors. So usually what you see is games raising a ton of money via private investors, and then they run a public sale about 4x or 4x the price later, 5x the price later, and they run that public sale. So essentially the seed round investors get a little bit of a head start, if you will. That's not going to be the case here. If you own the NFT, you actually get to participate in the seed round. $1,000 USD, I believe, for every NFT that you hold, and you will be able to get in at the same price as a seed round investor. That is going to be launched, I believe, later this year. So that's what we're going to be looking out for. Definitely a cool utility there as it's related to holding a Koin Games NFT. What do you think about this, Buff?
I like that model too, because it's one of those things. Money, the rich man's game of making money on top of money, and you get all these people in business that are getting in on the seed rounds because of a credit. I'm a credit investor, I'm a part of this group or whatnot, and a lot of people, regular Joe Schmoes, don't get a chance. And so now you get a chance. If you got one of these, you can get at least $1,000 in on every one of them. If you really believe in this project and become a part of it as it grows, not just for holding the NFT, but also having some money in the game on that. And I like that model. I think we'll see more of that with projects that are trying to raise some funds, not just to raise funds, but to actually have the community be a part of that, and people that can get in at these early stages because you get these rounds where you get the seed rounds where you get a lot of rich dudes coming in and they're just throwing money, and then they jump back on their yacht and they come back in a couple years and they're like, hey, what do you got for me? It's like, this is totally different, right?
That's so true. I mean, that's taking it one step further, right? Because what's happening now behind the scenes is actual teams are allocating a certain amount of their utility token or equity or whatever to influencers, to community leads. And basically this is taking it one step further, saying we're going to bypass even that and we're going to take it directly to the community. We're not going to allocate this just for an influencer. We're going to go straight to their community or create our own community and offer it at seed price. That's freaking sick, Buff.
Yeah, I'm a fan.
Last update, I want to get your take here because this was kind of hidden a little bit. They're doing a floor sweep here on their current NFTs, a buyback and redesign. Now, this brings up a couple different pieces here. The first that I'm looking at it because I'm always the devil's advocate. I don't know why this is me. I don't get it. But in a non-fungible token, usually you're talking about things that maybe can't be edited, right? You have that kind of on the blockchain forever. You're going back and redesigning an NFT, essentially updating it, right? Refreshing the metadata and seeing a brand new NFT. What are your thoughts on that, Buff?
Well, later on in the show, we're going to be talking about fusion, which is essentially when you get an NFT that you maybe you like part of it and you would love to take another NFT that has a cool trait too, take them together and create something new. So we think non-fungible tokens, they're non-fungible. Don't you funge my token. And now we're trying to figure out where's the range here of, what is an NFT and what's not. And so I like the model if it's not overused, especially giving... the floor sweeping is an interesting thing, especially when the actually foundations sweeping up their floor to rise it up. So I don't know. It's an interesting kind of model. I'm curious to see how it plays out.
100%, man. So again, shout out to Tim Yesta, shout out to that team. You guys are doing great things. Can't wait for the Koin Games dev squad and the Bloodline game. I love auto chess as well. So similar to an Illuvium, auto chess, teamfight tactics, that is going to be a genre that's going to blow up as we see NFT gaming kind of proliferate. So, all right, we are moving into a really, really cool derivative project. They did a great job with the branding and just, I don't know, you just see these projects come across your screen, your Twitter, your your browser, and essentially you're just like enthralled immediately. And then so this is what we have with Wagme Sun. This is a derivative project. Now the Wagme Sun is currently closed, Buff, so you can't even what you could access a little bit ago, about 24 hours ago, up to about 4 or 3 a.m. this morning, was going to be essentially a store where you could create derivative projects off of what you own in your wallet. So you could come in, you could connect your wallet, and it would bring up, I believe, backpacks. I think it is right now, and I'll give you a good look, and you guys can see really, really awesome digital derivatives based on the projects you own. So that as you can see, that's an Oni Force backpack. Now, I want to be super clear here. This isn't physical. Like, I almost lost my shit when I thought this was a physical piece, Buff. They might have plans in the future to do physical drops, but literally, like, Oni Force Bored Ape, I think they added I'm trying to figure out what project that is, some type of wizard. Guys, I can't be on everything. Tom Bilyeu is talking about the derivative ape. So they launched a sneaker here with Wagme Sun. As you can see here, Ape High Tops were their first drop. You can see his Bored Ape there. A little bit more Bored Apes. But really, this shop closed last night, and you were able to access this different drop here with Bored Ape and Oni Force.
So wait, that is not a real backpack? Like, it's just an NFT?
It's digital. It's digital right now. But you might be able to claim it later for physical. Yeah. Buffalo didn't read the FAQ.
I didn't. I literally was blown away when you sent me the link. I went to the Shopkeep, and I was like, hey, Shopkeep, let me connect my MetaMask. What you got for me? And then he showed me 4 Oni Force backpacks. And I said, sorry, sir, I don't need a backpack. And I walked away, and that was that.
Yeah, so you were able to actually mint these for very, very cheap. I think it was like mint price was actually, gas price was actually more expensive than the actual mint. So he's not charging you much. I'm sure there's like a secondary marketplace where they're actually making a good chunk, but you can see, Wagmi-san is actually like they're choosing to have this be a personality of the store. You see the shop owner right there. So it's just a cool project, right? Yeah. We'll continue to follow it. Hopefully there will be physical that goes along with those digital pieces there, but Beeple's making himself known here, quote tweeting Wagmi. So
yeah, I love that. It's a great little, model and just a little fun way of gamifying it, and just presentation wise. You go to the websites, you're at the front desk of the shop, and oh, he disappeared. He was there for a second. He's on lunch break or he's on vacation, whatever. But I don't know. I was a fan. When you sent me that link, I was like, oh, cool. What is this? And I was just excited to see what more derivatives. Because what it does, you guys, is you connect your wallet, and it literally shows you what derivatives you can get off of the NFTs you hold in that wallet at the moment that you connect the wallet, which is really dope.
100%. So, there's a Bored Ape. Finally. Okay, we found one. So there's a Mutant Ape there that you can see. So you get the idea. Derivative projects are going to be huge in the space. I think it's going to be, especially merch-wise, I think derivative projects could be really cool, because it's not going to be Bored Ape that's going to set up their shop. It's going to be a derivative project like a Wagmi-san that says, hey, we're going to create this whole merch line for these different landers doing it with NFT snapbacks. Mm-hmm. So gonna be really cool to follow as we go forward. Okay, we're gonna get to the rest of the episode here. We are finishing up. Aavegotchi is launching Aavegotchi Grants. We have an awesome Gotchi Lads community, basically a guild within Lads City, where you see a lot of Aavegotchi as well as Lads members all together, and they're able to kind of talk out the upcoming drops, all of these different things that are happening within Aavegotchi ecosystem. So basically they're offering anywhere from $500 to $5,000 for different kind of growth opportunities here for Aavegotchi. So if you are interested in, I believe, 2 different grant programs, either an ecosystem track or a game track. So essentially you're either going to build a game, or you're going to build a DApp that has, I think they're mentioning analytics platform or viral Gotchi experience. You can apply for a Aavegotchi grant here of up to $5,000. There's going to be a couple stipulations, of course, that go along with that. You're going to have to keep the Aavegotchi team updated and all of these things. So cool stuff from Aavegotchi. I mean, this team ships. This team does a great job of building their game. Aavegotchi is going to be a blue chip long term, and we definitely believe so.
Oh, no doubt. Shout out to China for running it. And I think our guilds are something that's going to be just down the road, just its own city within the city, with a lot of people coming in there that, they're just going to be the OGs with so much alpha in there. And if you love a project and you're like, man, the main Discord's out of control, I wish I could have a smaller group that's like more down to earth, like the Lads, come on over to Lad City and build a guild with us, man. You can do both. You can hang out there too.
Yeah, as you can see, you're getting the updates actually in the Discord here from the Aavegotchi team. Troy is saying, join us. So we see there's Ladzy, our friendly neighborhood Ladzy.
No, man. He's a party animal.
So you can see a lot of Gotchi talk here, a lot of some ghost tips we're seeing come from Choina. So really a great place to be, where you can be a part of a cross-project community, but also directly involved in Aavegotchi. So, all right, big shout out there. I think we will move on here. We have a couple stories left, guys. Dizzy Dragons. So what is the latest here for Dizzy Dragons, Buffalo?
Oh, you want some Dizzy Dragons Alpha? If you guys watched a couple, almost a month and a half ago, we had Dizzy Dragons on, and they're a NFT project I really like, man. I was a really big fan of them when they came on. Shout out to Rob and Benjamin. And right now, if you own any dragons, they now have a derivative where they give you a full body dragon. So for every one of your dragons, because usually it's just a top up from like the midsection up, now you get the full body dragon, a derivative as well. So that if you are a Dizzy Dragons holder, you've gotten about 4 or 5 things already airdropped over the last month and a half, separate from just the NFT dragon itself. And what I love is they keep adding more and more stuff. They're a community that I'm a big fan of, because they keep adding, keep hyping up things. And in the next 6 days, the fusion is going to wrap up. And fusion right now is where you take 2 dragons and fuse them together to get 1 new dragon. And it burns away those old 2 dragons. So the 7,000
deflationary dragons.
Right? Yeah, they're dropping like flies, man, you know, and it's getting crazy. And so right now, every dragon that's been fused, there's going to be rewarded something else. Dizzy Dragons dropped that on the 23rd yesterday. So if you don't have any dragons yet and you're curious, go buy at least 2 to fuse. You need 2 to fuse. Or you can buy the OG dragons that haven't been fused. Either way, you know, I recommend looking into the project at least. And the fusion itself is really interesting. I haven't fused yet. I've been waiting, but I am going to be fusing my dragons. And I have until the end of this month to do it. And I'm very excited to see because I got a couple, man, that
There's some dizzies.
You know, I got a couple dizzies, and like there's one that's like got a winked eye or something, or one that's got a weird little hat. And I'm just like, man, I like everything except for that. Now, with the fusion, you literally can choose the traits you like on your dragon. Other traits from another dragon. Take 2 of those, form 1, and there's randomness too, where new traits that are like, you can suddenly have the rarest dragon ever created by clicking fuse. So I love that model, and I haven't done it yet because I'm so scared. I mean, I don't want to ruin it, man. Like once you fuse, you know, it's there. So I'm a little scared, but I will be fusing. I'll record as well to show you guys. So next NFT Live next week, I'll let you guys know how the fusion went for my dragons.
Ooh, yeah, I've got some dragons. I might fuse with you, Buff.
Right on.
See if I can do that.
I love it.
I like the deflationary aspect there as well. That's a great under the radar utility there to be able to have a deflationary supply there of dragons. That's really cool. So, all right, we will go on to the next piece here. This is one of the more under the radar. Again, another piece here that is just come out literally in the last, I would say, last 24 hours. If you don't know who Andre Cronje is, and I always fuck up his name, but it doesn't matter. He is the founder of Wiren. So if you don't know Wiren, it basically launched the entire DeFi cycle in the last cycle, I believe, in 2019. So in that 2019 period between DeFi summer 2019 till the end of 2020, when we saw meme launch, when we saw these NFT launches, you essentially have this like 6 to 7 month period of what you're seeing in NFTs right now, which is basically blow off the top. Just anything you put money into, you're going to make money. That happened in DeFi in 2019. So if you're caught up to speed there, Andre Cronje, founder of Wiren, a protocol that's still existing today, still doing a great job. He is a badass. Like the guy is also a firecracker in and of itself. He's done some questionable things on launching protocols that people lose a lot of money on. I've gotten rugged by an Andre protocol before, but he's also pretty much a genius. He does a great job of building, and he's a great dev. He launched a project called, and let me make sure I get the name right, Arteon. It's a competitor to OpenSea. So this launches a week after we saw Nate Chastain get pretty much blasted across Twitter for front-running projects that were listing on OpenSea. Andre's come out with a competitor to OpenSea. We've seen Rarible kind of launch. This is on the Phantom blockchain. So we see a little bit of a GIF here. Almost looks exactly like, a little bit like OpenSea. But I'm going to get into kind of the pieces that they have here that are essentially going to make this a little bit attractive to people that are looking to maybe have a competitor to OpenSea. And I think competitors are important. You don't need OpenSea being, 90x the volume of whatever Rarible is doing. It doesn't breed any. It makes it so you have situations that we saw last week where you almost feel invincible. You can see Arteon launching right now. Again, this is via Phantom and that blockchain talking about a new NFT marketplace, 0 cost transactions, instant finality, 0% commissions on sales. So that's big. So you're not getting a cut where you're paying somebody. Well, like let's say you're selling an item, OpenSea takes a cut. Andre's just doing this. Like he's not even doing it to make money. That's where I'm talking about this piece here of Andre being an absolute lunatic. He's just doing it, and you can see the tweet here off the CoinDesk article. He says it's not about the money, it's about sending a message. Yes. It's with the Joker face. I mean, this is Andre to a T. So he's creating a protocol that can compete, or creating a platform that can compete with OpenSea and has a lot of different pieces, and he doesn't even give a shit. It's not even about the commissions on sales. I I'm excited, man. I mean, this could totally flop. You know, we see a lot of marketplaces across. DP saying it's pronounced Cronje, and someone told me it's not. So I'm getting different. I'm sure it's Cronje, so I'll start with Cronje. Or continue it, but such a freaking cool story, man. I'll get into some of the details before we wrap up the episode. What do you think?
I love that, man. I love the competition is definitely going to breed better platforms and more evolving platforms that don't just have the monopoly of, like an OpenSea right now. Well, I mean, OpenSea doesn't have a monopoly. There's competition with Nifty Gateway and others, but I like the fact that people are going to take a look at taking away those fees, man, giving the power back to the users instead of having that kind of, I have to go to OpenSea because that's the big one and got to pay these big fees. I love it, man. I'm all about that.
Yeah, Crypto Stamina is talking about Shoyu. So Shoyu is actually the NFT marketplace for the sushi platform too. So they're kind of launching a marketplace alongside. Crypto Stamina saying Shoyu better hurry up. So Shoyu better show me something. No, okay, I'm done. Yeah, man, that's a great point. I mean, we need competition for OpenSea. We just need it. It makes everybody better.
Yep.
So the last piece I want to touch on is related to this platform. You can see some future releases here that are super interesting. Create ERC 721s or 1155 collections. Support for ERC 2981, which I'm not familiar with. NFT royalties. And we also have, I want to touch on one thing. He was talking about cross-chain and having an in-platform cross-chain. So you could literally move from their browser, from their interface, you can move your Bored Ape to Phantom within their protocol, within their platform. So they need to, here it is. The next release of Ardian will add a built-in version of AnySwap's Ethereum Phantom Bridge or NFT Bridge for interoperability with Ethereum, making Ardian the first cross-chain NFT marketplace. Boom. All right, Andre Cronje coming out with the heat. Super stoked to see some competitors for NFT marketplaces. It'll be a growing field. We'll continue to see that and monitor that. That's it.
What a good show, man. We're 15 minutes over the hour, but it felt like just a good time. It's LADZ Day, you guys. So if you're brand new here, you've been calling it Friday your whole life. Today is LADZ Day, which means right after this show, LADZ City Radio is going to be firing up, and we got a big one. Our man DJ Savage is going to be playing some amazing tunes and hosting a Cyber Kongs party in LADZ City on LADZ City Radio. First ever. Shout out to all you Kongs holders out there. Shout out to Crypto Lander for making that happen. And you guys definitely want to tune in. There's a raffle and a giveaway and all sorts of craziness, man. The Cyber Kongs gang. Dude, they don't know how to keep it chill. They have to go big, bro. They just have to. They're at the top. They're at the tippity top right now, and they're only halfway there, man. I love it.
Only halfway up, man. We got some really interesting things coming as it's related to LADZ City. A lot of what we're doing behind the scenes as it's related to the network is rebranding and branding. Nifty Q Show comes out next week with its new brand. We're moving away from the Layer 1 podcast. NFT Live, the show you are seeing right now, is going to have a new logo. I know Buffalo's sweating a little bit because I'm making it public. But see, Buffalo has an easy time talking about the NFT projects that are forthcoming releases, right. But not the rebrand that we can do.
Dude, logos are tough, man. Identities are tough, and trying to figure out that right thing that you want to then have the whole space look at that and recognize, oh, that's LADZ City, oh, that's NFT Live, oh, that's Crypto Buffalo or Nifty Q. It's trying to find that identity. It's stressful, but when you do find it, it's amazing, because after that you just want to get it out, like the bat signal, let everybody know.
Ooh. So we are actually having a bat signal for NFT Live here that it's going to be live. So we're basically having our rebrand, essentially the first branded NFT Live here, when we have our official logo that we are working with some designers on. Just super stoked, man. It's going to be a great logo. All the designs that we have in the hopper right now that we're finalizing are fantastic, and we can't wait to unveil that. More backgrounds, just getting more immersed into LADZ City and where you guys are right now as we make our way into the metaverse. So thanks for stopping by. Go ahead.
I was just going to say another part on that before we wrap up, man. LADZ City is definitely evolving, and we're going to be showcasing you guys some special parts of LADZ City. NFT Arcade, we're going to be showing you where it's located in LADZ City. NFT Live headquarters, LADZ City radio station. A lot of that. Look forward in the coming weeks and months. You're going to learn more about the city and how you can be a part of it. And if you are a person who loves art, we've been talking a lot about the NFTs. All of this is art. Everything you see on the screen right now is art. Our faces, that's art, by God. Took it to that level. I just want to give a huge shout out right now to the Art Start Now gang that's coming in tomorrow. We got our first tech rehearsal with the director Fun Uncle. And we're going to be getting that new show. We're going to be doing some rehearsals, man. So in hopefully a couple weeks, we can premiere that show on Saturdays. And it's going to be an art show about the NFT space and the artwork and all the fun that is what it takes to create this amazing NFT tokens and pieces. I'm excited, man, because I can barely even draw a stick figure. So I'm very excited to see a lot of the art coverage, and I think that's one thing we've been lacking here in LADZ City. So Art Start Now. Tomorrow we'll do a tech rehearsal. Hopefully have a little something we can play next week on NFT Live. And one last thing on my end, Tuesday next week we got NFT Live, and then we've got LADZ City Radio that I host. And next Tuesday we'll be doing a fusion party on LADZ City Radio where we'll be fusing our dragons. So if anybody wants to come on in there, possibly get a dragon for free. Maybe Old Buffalo might throw a couple dragons out there, and you can fuse some with us. We'll be doing that fusion party on LADZ City Radio on Tuesday. All are welcome. Come check us out.
All right. This is what we're doing. We are going to go ahead and end the episode. You guys have been amazing the entire time. The chat was awesome. You guys make the experience 10x better. Not quite 20x. We'll have to settle for 10x better right now. And you guys are just killing it. I appreciate it so much. Our vibe, our tribe. Make sure to like the video. Make sure to comment on the video after if you want to. I mean, I know you guys were here, but if you're here after the episode, leave some comments. Share the episode. Let's get this to the biggest NFT news show, the biggest NFT show in the space. You guys are absolutely killing it. So thanks again, guys. We will catch you next time on NFT Live next week on Tuesday at 2:30 Eastern Standard. Appreciate you guys. Our vibe, our tribe.
What's up? Looking extra juice.
Appreciate you guys, our vibe, our tribe.
Thank you, lads.